Something I hear a lot from expecting parents is, I don't want to make a birth plan because everything about birth is out of my control and I don't want to be disappointed. Although I can appreciate the sentiment, I just completely disagree with this statement because there are definitely things you can control about birth, and these things could have a tremendous impact on your birth experience and your recovery outcomes. And if you were super active before pregnancy and your goal is to go back to that active lifestyle as quickly and smoothly as possible after birth, you want to take every opportunity to control your recovery outcomes so you can hit your goals. So here are 5 things that you can control about your upcoming birth. Number 1 is your knowledge. I am a firm believer that knowledge is power. And especially when it comes to labor and delivery, there's just so many scenarios that could happen, right? And knowing what to expect, what your options are, and what are the potential consequences of each option is crucial to make informed decisions. Otherwise, if you don't make that decision, other people will make it for you. And that can cause a lot of resentment after birth when a decision is made and you didn't have your say at all. And especially when that decision had a negative impact on your recovery, for example. And also, I don't know for you, but when I was preparing for my birth, I wanted that day to be the best day of my life. I wanted to remember that day as the beautiful day my son was born. I didn't want it to be associated with something negative or something I wanted to forget about. Your knowledge and education about birth will allow you to ask the right questions at the right time to make the right decisions. So you can feel good about them looking back and know with certainty that you would do the same if you had to go over the whole thing again. The second thing you can control is your birth partner's knowledge. Again, for the same reasons we just mentioned about making informed decisions, you want your birth partner to have the same knowledge as you so you can be on the same page when it comes to making decisions in labor and birth. So, you want to be working as a team during your delivery and feel like both of you know what to expect and what to do and when to do it. Because when the birth partner is completely ignorant about the process, it can leave the birthing mama very insecure and just approaching her birth in a space of fear and uncertainty rather than confidence and empowerment. What I hear a lot from the clients in my program who get that education during pregnancy is that because their partner was feeling confident in supporting them, they felt more confident in giving birth. And vice versa, right? The partners also report that because their pregnant partner was feeling confident about giving birth, that was making their job easier to support them in labor. So it's interesting how it feeds itself, right? If you and your partner feel inspired by that, I would invite you to apply on my online coaching program in the description below to see if I can support you in your goals. Number 3 is physically prepare for birth. This is something that is so underrated, is to prepare your body for the most physically challenging event that you will ever have to go through as a woman. And I'm not talking about taking a general prenatal class to learn about the stages of labor and when to go to the hospital, which, don't get me wrong, is all good information to have, but I'm talking specifically about physically training and preparing your body for birth in an impactful way. Making sure your pelvic floor is in good shape for your pushing stage. Making sure you're clear on what you need to do with your pelvic floor when you're giving birth. And that's how we can decrease the risk of injuries like tearing and prolapse. And all of this preparation work should start right from the second trimester. So by the time you give birth, you are a freaking pelvic floor boss. That's funny. I've had more than one client in my program who said that their delivery nurse was really impressed with how they were able to control their pelvic floor during the pushing stage in order to avoid tearing. But it's not something that just happened like that, right? They practiced that. And because they practiced it, they were able to apply it in the hardest conditions, which is during the pushing stage. But they put in the work, right? And they got the results. Number 4 is mindset. Now, there's many things you can do to positively impact your mindset about giving birth, and I'm not going to go over all of them. But as a pelvic floor physiotherapist, I would say that the thing that has empowered my clients the most to approach their birth with a positive mindset was to know with certainty that their pelvic floor was ready for birth and they felt confident that they could push their baby out. There's an exercise I show in my online program in preparation for the pushing stage, and people do that exercise and realize, oh my God, I can do this. And the sense of relief they experience in that moment is really hard to describe, but it's as if they go from, feeling scared and unsure about giving birth to feeling confident, empowered, and competent. And of course, my clients know that anything could happen during birth and some factors are not under their control, but I think that just having that peace of mind that their pelvic floor has the pre-requirements to go through the pushing stage is a huge relief and just kind of a light bulb moment for a lot of them. And that changes everything about the way they walk into the birth room. And the last thing you have full power over is your postpartum plan and how you organize your support system to help with your healing and recovery. Because if your goal is to return to your active lifestyle confidently without injuring yourself or triggering symptoms, you will need that support to make sure you are not overdoing it in the postpartum phase. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I've been working for a long time with mamas just like you who are super active, always on to the next thing, go, go, go. And your postpartum challenge, my dear, will be to hold yourself back from going too fast, too soon. I know how it is because I'm exactly like that, and that was my biggest challenge as well after I gave birth. And if you don't have the proper support and a specific plan to tell you what you can or cannot do, I can guarantee that you'll just get back to your sports and activities whenever you start feeling a little bit better, forgetting that your body is still healing under the surface. And the risk with that is to injure yourself, possibly deal with a postpartum prolapse or, pelvic pain and so on. And then you'll be experiencing setbacks in your recovery. So do yourself a favor and put that support in place right now in pregnancy. So all you have to do when you come home with your little one is to follow the plan with the peace of mind that you are taken care of. I'm here to support you through all of it, starting right now in pregnancy, and all you have to do is to apply on my program in the description below. As you see, there's a lot of things you can control to help support your goals of a smooth birth and recovery and getting back to an active lifestyle after birth. Now, my question for you is, are you ready to take control? Because if you are, I'm here to support you and I can't wait to read your application for my program. Thanks for watching.